This is a copy of the Humanist Manifesto, number 2, 1973. It is the doctrine of atheism, and in it there are 17 tenets, 17 concepts that have been developed. And if you want to understand what's happening in Western culture, if you want to understand the shift that has taken place away from the historic values upon which our Western democracies were based, then you need to pick up the Humanist Manifesto, number 2, have a look at it, and as you look at the Humanist Manifesto, the doctrine of atheism, and the Bible says, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. And notice it's in the heart, that they've got to really come right down to it. In their heart, there is no God. And the scriptural response to that is, that person is a fool. And if you want to understand the shift in law, the shift in governments that have taken place, what's happened in our courts, in our schools, in our science courses in our schools, we have shifted away from the Creator God to the place and the definition of the world as defined by and within the Humanist Manifesto. And the Humanist Manifesto, among many things, and atheism, is, as I said in an earlier video, it is the doctrine of death. And we need to think about this. Do we really value life? Historically, we have valued life. Humanistically, atheistically, and really there's no substantial difference. You know, you can say, well, I'm a humanist, I'm an atheist. Well, the bottom line is they are identical. And it doesn't matter what you call yourself, atheist, humanist. And I'd like to quote for you directly from the Humanist Manifesto that it is a death doctrine. For example, Tenet 17 says, you have a right to die. That's death. Euthanasia, that doesn't promise life, that's death. Suicide, they want you to have a right to commit suicide. Tenet number 7, of course, it's called mercy killing. And then it goes on that they call for a moral obligation for birth control techniques to be around the world. Well, listen, birth control is a death mentality. And then it goes on in Tenet 11. Now, I wonder if there's not a contradiction here. This is what it says. We are concerned about, now watch this list, about the aged, the infirm, the handicapped, the prisoner, the addicts, the neglected, the ignored. We are concerned for them. Well, now listen, if they are concerned for the aged, the infirm, the handicapped, the prisoners, the addicts, the neglected, the ignored, well, who's euthanasia for? Who's suicide for? Who's right to die? If we're going to look after all of these infirm people and all the aged, who are we going to put to death? Are we going to put to death the strong? No, I don't think it's not the strong at all. What they're really saying, we're concerned about all of these infirm, handicapped people, and we're concerned enough to pass legislation that will take your life from you. And what does it say? Go further on in Tenet number 8. Alienating forces must be modified or eradicated. Anybody that believes in life, that you, as you watch, have a right to life, has to be either your behavior modified or you need to be eradicated. Eradicated is a death mentality. To choose atheism in our Western cultures is to choose death.